Television.
State, welcome to Morning Breeze on Kwararafa Television. Today is the 13th of August, and I am so excited that you are there to also follow us up on what we are doing in the studio, talking about bringing you latest stories, keeping you informed, and letting you know what is happening around the globe. I am Fomi Desmond, and I welcome you on today's edition of the program. Mr. Thomas, good morning.
Good morning.
All right, we're going to be having a very close conversation with not just I and Mr. Thomas in the studio. We have we'll be having a virtual communication with our friends. Talking about Mr. Lucky Bitrus, who happens to be an accountant working with Taraba State Broadcasting Service, and also Mr. Lawrence, a social media influencer and someone that has in-depth knowledge about the happenings around the society. So, welcome you to today's edition, and we'll be moving straight to what is leading on our papers. Vanguard newspaper. We'll start with Vanguard. There's a leading story on Vanguard, and it says Nigeria fails fiscal transparency test for second year. U.S. report. You can find that on page 5. Now, let me just look at the few reactions that we have from this leading story. Budget figures don't add up. Audit office not independent. State Department. That's from State Department. Says national budget, value on government revenue expenditure, notes contract details not made public. Fiscal transparency, accountability remain our priority. Presidency. Budget implementation unclear. Budget IT. So, Mr. Thomas, look at this and bring meaning to the leading story.
Yeah, quickly before this publication, I think last month or so, the U.S. Department mentioned something like this before the report officially. I do remember then they said that Nigerians spent outside the budget. That was the report then. I can't remember exactly the money they quoted, but they say that amount was spent outside the budget. So the Minister of Finance then, this current Minister of Finance, came up to say Nigerians are not spending off a budget. The only thing is that there are certain agencies that have their own budget independently. So if they are running it and there are certain year that the budget had not completed, so they are implementing the previous budget and also implementing the current budget, and that is not captured in a single document. So this transparency test is like a global thing. The U.S. Department assesses countries, their country's financial performance. How are they budgeting? How do they follow it in implementation? What is it? And all of that. So the report breaks down countries, and I think about there are countries that automatically they are not even part of it because they are not even open for assessment. Yes, countries like Afghanistan and all of that, they are not even in it. But I think about 67 or thereabout countries that are open for this check. And among them, I think 14% scale through the test. And the remaining 60-something number, which Nigeria is among, did not pass the test. So this a yearly kind of review. Their argument, the US, let me take the US segment first. The US argument is saying that they would, looking at Nigerian budget, the Nigerian budget did not clearly state revenue sources. That is where they earn this money and how much do they earn from each source. So the budget is not clear about it. Secondly, the audit unit, audit comes after spending. Once ministry spends or agencies spend, the auditors come, check the receipt and question, this thing is not up to this. Why is this one like that? So they are also saying that Nigerian audit department is not independent. So therefore, their lack of independency gives them some sort of bias reporting. You understand? Since they are somehow controlled. So whatsoever report that is coming from the budget unit cannot be completely trusted. That is what they are saying. And they say there are certain contracts that it is ongoing, awarded in Nigeria, that is not captured in the budget. You know, that also raises some sort of a red flag. You are going, this budget, this contract is going on, contract notes whatsoever, procurement procedures are not also captured in this report. So how transparent are you? Then yes, so but the federal government had defended its position. The federal government say they are very transparent, and that budgeting is their top priority, and they follow it step by step. The argument, however, is that they are still implementing part of 2024 budget, 2025 budget, and 2026 budget. That means they are implementing 3 budgets concurrently. What does that mean? That means there are certain aspects of 2024, what we are captured in 2024, the federal government is still working on. There are certain segments in 2025 budget the federal government is implementing. Maybe for a layman, let me put it this way: if in 2024 budget, for example, they said they were going to complete Jalingo Adamawa Road in 2024 budget, but it was not captured in 2025. Now federal government is completing that road. That means it's still implementing the 2024 budget. Then in 2025, maybe they said they were going to maybe purchase certain items that is not captured in 2026 budget. Now federal government is doing that. That means they are still implementing the 2025 budget. Now in the 2026 budget, they had just started with 25% implementation. This is not good.
Our concern now is how did we reach here? I understand that this has been a very challenging one.
Yes.
And for Nigeria to be part of those countries that have been carried along for the testing. You just mentioned Afghanistan being part of it, and, and other countries that we may not know. I think for Nigeria to be part of it is one, commendable, but having this test now is where we need to look.
Countries that are not part of this transparency test are countries that are authoritarian in nature.
Now,
you understand? So they are not even open for any sort of conversation. But these people, Nigeria had to do this because they go to US, they go to World Bank to borrow money, they go to International Monetary Fund to borrow money. So if these are the things they need to give you loan,
that gives me a better way to bring in our guests.
So before then, let me make my final submission here before our guests make their own contribution. As I said, the federal government position is saying that this is what they are doing. But to me, I feel that it's not the best for us, because you cannot be implementing 3 budgets concurrently. And let me tell you, in fact, it's even in the law that once you are not implementing budget, it's an impeachable offense.
All right. Now where I want to speak from is you mentioned that Nigeria aligned with with other countries for this check is because of
not aligned with other countries. They are open for this check because
of the opportunities.
Let's borrow
opportunities that they will get.
Borrowing.
Good.
And these are conditions attached to
borrowing. Now, I want to bring in Mr. Lucky. Mr. Lucky, are you with us? Mr. Lucky Beatrice. Hello, Mr. Lucky, can you hear me? Mr. Lucky Beatrice, can you hear me, please? All right. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, please. I want you to look at this very story where we have Nigeria first fiscal transparency test for 2nd year, according to U.S. report. Please, how do you think this will affect us as a country? This will affect Nigeria economy?
Actually, the aspect of transparency and budgetary is one area where Nigeria lost a lot of confidence in the outside world. You could recall that Nigeria is presently running on the 3 budget system. We're still running on 2024, 2025, 2026 simultaneously. And you can also recall that This is annual fiscal report. And this 2026 budget was signed in April. That's 4 months into the fiscal year. So a senior government supposed to put all this mechanism in place. And there are a lot of loopholes within our budgeting system, whereby you find out that a critical example is this fake agencies that was approved 1.3 billion in our national budget. So some of these things are key elements that will make the international community see our physical transparency or fiscal policies very weak. And how does this affect Nigeria? It affects Nigeria because investors that are coming into the country to invest will start looking at this as a critical factors to consider. Now, not even coming down to factors like insecurity and others. These are factors investors will be looking at outside Nigeria.
That's right.
And they will be considering these factors. If this country is running in this kind of system, what can I come and do? If I come to invest, will I get my return on investment in 1 year? Because at the moment, Nigeria is running a 3 budget approvals. So which is bad for the country.
All right, thank you for that. Just stay with us. Just stay with us. We'll progress from here. Let's take a turn to what the Punch is saying. We are done with that. Let's look at what Punch paper is saying. State police presidency State police presidency closes public submissions today. Then we have a few reactions here. Tinubu gate final draft September 3rd after presidential working group's appraisal. National Assembly to receive state police bill after presidency's review. State police law will guide against governors' abuse, says presidency. Mr. Thomas, you give us few words to this, then we'll bring in our guests that are standing by to also put light to our discussion. Thank you.
Yes, quickly, we have been talking. In fact, state police has been on the border, like on the front line, for a long time now. We are aware that the presidency had forwarded an official bill, like executive bill, to the National Assembly for consideration. This one that they say they are going to close today is a submission for memorandum from the public, because they open the portal and encourage publics to submit their opinion memorandum that they feel in an area or some sort of way that should contribute to the ongoing conversation on the state policing. And after this, there will be I think an open public hearing for this purpose. So the deadline for submission is today, and after they collect it, they will harmonize it and send a comprehensive report to the president, which is expected to get to the president, I think, in September, and they will take it off from there. So it's not really a new development. It's just announcing the closing deadline for submission of memos to preparatory to the public hearing. Yeah, so that is that for this one.
All right, let me connect with Mr. Lawrence. Mr. Lawrence, can you hear me from here?
Okay, good morning. I can hear you. Thank you.
All right, thank you for joining us on Morning Breeze. Yes.
Thank you so much.
I want us to look at this policing bill. The deadline for it is today. A portal has been created for citizens to drop their own memorandum, to drop their own opinions of how they feel that the state policing should be. And one of the major concerns of our people has been the misuse of power from the opportunity that we given to governors and the chances to maybe bring up commissioners. There have been sort of different opinions coming from people. In your own way, how do you think, or what do you think should be the right thing for them, looking at the time frame? Because your opinions now will guide somebody who is listening or watching us to also come up with his own or her own opinion to the portal. Tell us a few things about the state policing.
Okay, thank you. You agree with me that the issue of the state policing have actually come up by the presidency. It was necessary that this should be part of the administration effort to have security at the state level, of course, at the local level. But then, if the portal have been announced to be closed, I think this is part of effort to make sure submission should be given for opportunity for memoranda. People will now have to go because I'm very sure the House of Assembly will now come in. And if there are memoranda that are going to be submitted, it will still give the public the opportunity to see the level, the progress at which it goes, so that people will not see as if people are looking at it. Maybe the presidency may take the influence of because they are in charge, of course, but for them to allow it to pass through memorandum, and of course the House of Assembly, National House of Assembly will now have to review it, look at how to integrate quite a number of the stakeholders who are supposed to be involved, and also open to the public. I think there's nothing wrong. If it is closing today, it means it was open, and of course, quite a number of submissions have been given.
Now, let me anchor at this point. In your own opinion, what do you think? What do you think should be considered?
The public opinion.
Yes.
Most importantly, public opinion. Somehow, even though the Police Act as 2020, which mandate the Police Service Commission framework on regulations and other relevant laws to support the development and effective modern policing system. I think they will also be part of how to advise, of course, play a role in how, because even when you look at the state policing, we should not also forget the fact that the state governors may also have a certain level of influence. So there should be a guiding principle in a way that they won't go out of their way to have undue influence and manipulate. But as I said, let the public play a good role in this. Their opinion will also be helping, and they should not fear. I don't think anybody should have fear that the state policing is coming to dampen any power. Of course, we are looking for a way to strengthen the security at all levels.
Oh, thank you so much. You just stay by as we continue with our discussion. You just hang on. Let's see how we can make a meaning from another story that we have here. Let's take a quick look at Daily Trust. You know, most of the papers are actually carrying this story. I actually kept it for us to actually find good time to go deep into it and bring meaning. Tension heightens 48 hours to Osun election. Osun election will be coming up, I think, Saturday. Saturday is already here, and a lot of issues, a lot of challenges have been popping up at Osun. Looking at the fight, everybody is trying to say, I will be the one to do this, I will be the one to come out, I will be the one to be the governor, and stuff like that. And the battle is between, I think, three parties now. The key battle is between three parties. Mr. Thomas will do justice to that, and we'll see here from our guests. So, Mr. Thomas, speak to us about the Osun election.
Yeah, Osun is not the only election in the off-cycle calendar, but it tends to be very intense lately. You know, I have seen reports from the government, the current Osun State government, which is led by Governor Adeleke,
yeah,
saying so far about 28 people have died. We have not gone to the election yet.
How did they die?
And people are dying. People are already dying. So it's going to be very bloody, and it's very, very unfortunate. I'm not predicting doom, but the disposition to which the federal government agencies have shown is not really a good one. Come on, we had election in Ekiti.
That's right.
Last month.
And it was peaceful.
It was peaceful. Was it because it was APC that was in charge that they allowed the environment to be this calm? We were here. In fact, you could not see such kind of reactions. And then now they want to remove the Osun State government by all means. I am not saying he should be left there. If he underperformed, it's left for Osun people to decide. It's not from one federal might to come and decide that you must replace this person. And if he's doing well, it's Osun people that will return him. If not, besides, he removed another sitting governor to get there. He was not using any federal might to do that. So it was the Osun people that decided. Why can't they allow them to decide again? Or do they lost confidence in the Osun people? Now sensitive materials are already in Osun. That means like ballot papers, beavers are all already there. Thousands of security operatives have already been deployed. My concern and my message now and appeal, I don't know if anyone close may hear, is that the security operatives should not be partisan. They should just go there and safeguard and ensure that there is law and order. Because we cannot have thousands of police, thousands of civil defense, military officials, what have you,
and we're
in the ocean, and we are recording death. It is questionable. And we don't want to be pointing fingers on who killed or who did not kill. That is not the conversation. We want that maybe by Monday, we should be analyzing how free, credible, and fair election were conducted in Osun State. So the tension is quite there because already people are dying before the election date. And I'm afraid that there may be some level of a voter apathy. If people are already dying before the date, do you think how many people may have the courage of going out to vote?
That's right.
And let me quickly link. I'm happy that already the police have started questioning that senator who said they should kill Akot.
You see where that word now is making
yes. So I think they said they have drilled him for over 12 hours according to the report. So it's a good development from that aspect. But I don't know. Let's see how the whole thing unfolds.
All right. Let's hear from Mr. Lucky. But before you speak, Mr. Lucky, I want you to, Mr. Lucky, are you with us?
Yes, I'm with you.
All right. I want you to put this together. Let's look at the tension heightened 48 hours in Osun election. Then we'll connect it with this day. This day we have a little story, and it says, a delegate to workers mobilize everyone to vote this Saturday and defend your vote, says Oyilola against his re-election out of jealousy, declares Friday work free. Osun is a test. Don't turn election into war. Article 1's INEC. Tinubu. Then we have this reaction again. Senate leader, voters not federal might will decide winner. Urges peaceful poll. Those inciting violence will end up in prison at the Hago. Olawopo Hashim, for once. Then Accord appeals to EU that's the European nation to intervene in Osun poll over rising tension as ABC warns against planned arrest of Arebosola. Now, looking at this true story, what do you have to say about Osun election?
Oh, thank you very much. One thing you need to understand is that the Osun election is a test for the general election comes 2027. Every party wants to test its popularity in this pool. And according to that's Adeleke. Adeleke has played his role as a governor, though he has his loopholes. But I watched their debate, the recent debate, or the recent town hall meeting held by Arise. And what I understood by all the candidates is all the candidates are attacking each other. And when candidates begins to attack each other, what will the followers do? So most of the major concern is the candidates. The candidates are attacking each other. Definitely the followers will venture into violence. And this is what is affecting Nigerian election. You see candidates attacking each other, fighting each other in clear ground. But one thing Nigeria must understand, this is a democracy. We must act fairly to each other. And we call on INEC to do the right thing. Because the world is looking at this election. Everybody is looking at this election. I had the opportunity of listening to one ADC chieftain yesterday, Dele Momodu, though he said he's supporting Adeleke. But he's supporting Adeleke because he feels this is the chance for all the opposition party to come together and defeat the APC. But APC feels stronger because they have the federal mind. But don't forget, this election, Adeleke defeated the former governor of that state when they still have that federal mind. So have it in mind that this election will be very strong. It's not 100% for Adeleke. It's not also 100% for the opposition party in the state. That's the APC, the most strongest opposition party in the state. But the act of violence in the state, attacking prominent stakeholders like Aribo Shola is not good for the state. These are people that has worked for the state. It is better they call them to a table and sign a peace accord. Anybody found promoting violence, the law should take course on him. Like what is happening to Senator. The Senator actually made that comment. And that comment was everywhere. But you see, one major concern is this. Politicians feel they are above the law. They commit whatever they want to do, they feel they are above the law. Thank God the police invited him for questioning and other things. So as this is moving on, police must act smartly throughout this election. Because this election not only serving as a test, will also serve as a picture of what will happen in 2027. But I wish the person who will be victorious in this election success.
All right, thank you. Now let me bring in Mr. Lawrence. Let me bring Mr. Lawrence to speak on this as we draw close to the show. Mr. Lawrence.
Yes, thank you. I'm with you.
Let's look at what is leading on Daily Sun. It's still about Australian global election. Now it says Accord APC trade blame over violence death. We've lost 40, says APC. They've killed 29 of our members, Accord. IGP deploys DIG, Ishaku Muhammad, to coordinate security operations. Don't militarize state. Article 1's island. Federal government, 5 crucial factors that will decide poll. Looking at this leading story on Daily Sun on page 6, what's your own opinion? What's your take on Osun election?
Okay, thank you. You know, the Osun election, having at the moment, I think up to 15 candidates that are contesting. Why Ademola Adeleke is an incumbent. I think he's seeking for second term from Accord Party. And we have strong people like Paula Oyebanji from APC, and recently Dr. Francis, who just because of High Court judgment, and he was included. But then the fear is it not supposed to be, because when you even look recently, I think yesterday, Davido, who is a nephew to the governor, had to reach out to U.S. presidency, asking them to intervene. And this shows that they are looking for violence. But then my question is, if can we trust our system? Is the government of the day not be able to provide security that lives should not be lost? I think this is a serious concern. There shouldn't be election where lives should be lost unnecessarily. I am only bothered, even as the sitting governor, he seems to be a little bit, his hands are a little bit tight, not be lives and people should be safe to participate in the election. What will even happen? It could disenchant debate, and this will also give a wrong signal. This election that is happening now should be a litmus test for other elections, especially 2027 that is coming. So I think there should be caution. The federal government should take caution in this, because I would say it would have been unnecessary for Davido to reach out to, but then sometimes it is necessary. So attention of the global community should be drawn to this. But all along, there should be heightened security to protect lives. They should not give an impression that the APC, who is the ruling party at the center, may take undue advantage of the system.
All right.
It should be a fair election.
All right, thank you so much. I most sincerely appreciate you, Mr. Lawrence, and Mr. Lucky, thank you so much for your time on the show. We appreciate you. Your insight has actually added a lot to our discussion this morning. Thank you so much for your time.
And quickly before they go, look at how they are trading. They are playing with people's life.
People's life.
This
40,
one is saying 40. This one is saying
29.
It's not bag of rice. It's human beings. So we lost 40. You lost 29. Then what?
How was it?
What do they stand to gain? Is there a trophy? So finally, my final word, good luck, Jonathan said that his ambition is not worth a drop of a Nigerian citizen. This is a guiding statement, a guiding principle.
That's right.
He was even contesting for presidency, not governor. He said, my ambition is not worth a blood
of any citizen.
Now they are saying 40, they are saying 29. It's not good, it's not chicken.
And when you put this number together, we're having 69%.
So even if they are exaggerating, why should you be exaggerating with people's life? And like all the speakers have said, this is the prototype of what may come in 2027.
That's right.
And if that is the prototype of what is coming in 2027, and I'm afraid that it's going to look very bad.
It's going to look bad.
And it's unfortunate.
So the only thing for us now is to speak to our conscience, and especially our institutions, talking about the INEC, the military. They should work neutrally. They should work neutrally because everything falls back to them. They should work neutrally. By the time INEC begin to put tension and put other things, the military comes in, it spoils everything. But if you're working based on your defined assignment, which is to bring peace, make sure that every procedure is rightly done, I don't think we'll be having all these challenges and tension all up and down. And to politicians, it's not a do or die affair, just like Thomas will always tell us here. It's not a do or die affair. Then, as we end the paper review, I also want to wish officials, the government officials that are in JG, taking a course in security, peace, and governance. I wish them well. And just to let you know that we are tracking and we are following up. We reviewed the other day that we expect a better result, better progress, better product, better production, productivity. We are looking forward to having more of productivity coming from your end, success coming from your end. So as you be coming back, we don't know when you'll be coming back, but I know once you're back, we'll start to see differences. We'll start to see difference. And on this very show, we'll continue to talk about your progress. You know what? Everything that is good for Taraba State, we just have to bring it out for our people to know. All right. That brings us to the end of paper review. We'll be giving MC Last B that chance to put us through entertainment news. Stay with us.
This is Kwararafa Television.
segment of the show where we bring you the latest update from the world of music, movies, and celebrity entertainment. I am MC Lasby, and here are the top stories of the day. We begin with a hitmaker making $1 million statement. Afrobeat superstar Davido has boldly declared that no Nigerian artist has more hit songs than him. During a recent live stream, the singer challenged any Nigerian artist to a hit battle, saying he was willing to put $1 million on the table. He said, and I quote, I'll put a $1 million cash on the table. Nobody has more hits than me. Davido is confident in his musical catalog and believes that his hits records put him at the top of Nigerian's music industry. Confidence can inspire greatness, but achievement should always speak alongside the words. From musical criticism to a very serious reaction that keeps trending. Ruga reacted angrily after a female TikToker criticized one of his songs and said she wished he would die. Ruga rejected the death wish, although his response also contained personal remarks about the woman's appearance and eating habits. I think I get a pass for her wishing me dead. However, music criticism is acceptable, but wishing death on an artist crosses a serious line. You can criticize the work if you must, but attacks and death wishes should never be normalized. And from the entertainment roadside, again, one of the Nigerians celebrity content creator is facing what we call harassment. Nigerian content creator Brent Jota has spoken out after he was allegedly harassed by touts on a Lagos road. According to him, the men demanded money before allowing him to pass, with one of them even boasting as a lion. And one of them said, and I quote, "Lion no dey see good with eyes o." And Brent Jota's experience highlights the frustration many motorists face when confronted with illegal roadside demands. Whereas road users deserve safety from freedom, intimidation, and authorities must work to curb roadside harassment. Now, a church performance has sparked a serious social media debate. Actor Baba Ejesha has attracted mixed reactions after a video showed him performing during a church program. People welcomed what they viewed as positive development and supported the idea of giving people a second chance, while others argued that his past controversies should not simply be ignored. People deserve a second chance. If church cannot welcome people, then where else should they go? The debate is centered on forgiveness, accountability, and whether a person's past should continue to define them. Certainly, forgiveness can be offered, but accountability and sensitivity to those affected should not be forgotten. And finally, Mr. P is feeling the heat as fans give his latest release a cold reception. Former P Square member Mr. P has faced criticism following the release of his new single, I Love You Because. Ahead of his upcoming album, OG Forever, fans described the song as underwhelming and questioned his recent musical direction. Like, where is he heading to right now? And the criticism comes while the Okoye's family continues to attract public attention over the dispute involving Peter Okoye and Jude Okoye. Mr. P says, and I quote, "This thing no dey work again." Mr. P's latest release has received divided reactions, showing the established artists can still face tough scrutiny from their audiences. In entertainment, reputation may open the door, but quality and consistency keeps you in there. And that's the size of what I have for you this morning. I'm MC Lasby. Keep it locked on Kwararafa Television for more entertainment updates. Stay informed, stay entertained, and have a wonderful day. Good morning, Desmond.
Thank you, MC Lasby, for the entertainment news. And we'll be coming your way again tomorrow with another fresh package. I'm saying good morning. For me, Desmond is my name.